This book, I don't know if you spent any time going through it since you received it at convention. You can download it on your back office. You can purchase it off your price list. I got so excited about it, because it is, I like to call it a near-life success system. Now, your team might have a system in place. That is your go-to, as Brandon says. But this is a near-life success system. What is a system? A system shows a new distributor what they got to do, number one, and number two, how they're going to actually do it. And that's what this book is all about. And so the goal is not to go through page by page, but we want to just give you a scaffolding where you can launch your new distributors effectively into the business. But Brandon said it so perfectly. If you feel like your business needs a little bit of a kickstart, you get into it as if you are a new distributor and you start applying these activities and skills to your business. And I can promise you, it will be a game changer for you. So we look at a new distributor. When somebody says yes to Near Life, as so many people have done over the last month. In fact, just a big congratulations to all of you. August was our highest sponsoring month in the last 21 months. Well done to you.
Good one. Well done, team.
That is fantastic.
Congratulations.
When somebody joins Near Life, they have hope for the future. They now have their very own business. They are business owners and a business that will take them from where they are to where they want to be. And so often we put so much time and investment into sponsoring a new distributor. And sometimes we are a little bit guilty of squandering that investment because we leave it to our new distributor to figure it out, to find out what they've got to do and how they've got to do it. And we just sit back and hope, okay, maybe this is the one that is going to actually figure it out. And, but here's the thing, we got to understand at the beginning, when a new person starts their business, their belief levels are at their lowest point. Their belief levels in themselves, the belief levels in the product, the belief in the opportunity, their skill levels are at their lowest point. And a new distributor they're very vulnerable. And we've all had this happen to us at some point. If you've been around in the business for a little while, we've all had this happen to us and we are guilty of it. An exciting new distributor suddenly is nowhere to be seen. Suddenly they stop taking your calls. Suddenly they stop showing up at meetings. That happens. And so it's just as important that we get as much time, or we put as much time and investment into getting your new distributor started in the best way possible and giving it the maximum opportunity to achieve success in their life. It's worth your time investing in this, but it's a skill that we develop as distributors as to how to get our distributors started properly. And that's where this book comes in. As their sponsor, your job is to work with them in building their belief and developing their skill as quickly as possible, and in laying the foundation and building their roots into Near Life. That is what we've got to do. So they become unshakable, a foundation that is unshakable. So when somebody rejects them or when the going gets tough, it's not a problem because they have roots and a strong foundation in this business. And so how do you create a strong foundation? If you sign up Brandon Masondo tonight, how do you lay those roots and build a foundation that will make him unshakable? There's three key things. There may be more, but three key things that I can think of off the top of my head. Number one, we need to get that new distributor their first customers and 3 new distributors as soon as possible. Get them building a team. Get them their first customers and at least 3 new distributors as soon as possible. Number 2, we need to get them earning some money as soon as possible. Retail profit. Get them making their first sales to their customers. Get them earning their first Near Life bonus check in the first month. That gives them belief. That tells them you did a little bit of work, you get paid. It gets them belief, gives them belief in the opportunity and themselves and the compensation plan. And the third thing is we need to get them attending their first convention, or as we now call it, Impact Summit, as soon as possible, or get them attending the next big team event. You might have a monthly recognition rally or quarterly away event or whatever it is. Get them attending an event as soon as possible. These are just some of the things. And if these things don't happen, you will lose your distributor. And on the other hand, if they do happen, you're going to have a strong distributor that is a real asset to your team and business. So everything we talk about in this Getting Started book is targeted at helping new distributors build that foundation, get their customers, build a team, make money, take their next step. So I'm going to share my screen. And okay, so these slides are quite content heavy. All I've done is I've taken screenshots out of our Getting Started book. So don't feel you have to read every word. We'll make this available on record for replay. So you don't need to read every word on the page. I've just screenshotted each slide so you can see what I'm talking around in the book. And so on page 3, there's something called Getting Off to a Strong Start. We call it the Strong Start Tracker. And in the page, I'll read it straight. In the pages that follow, you're going to learn the key fundamentals to build a successful near-life business. We believe it's important for you to get your business off to a strong start. The very first goal for your business is to get a minimum 3 customers and distributors started on the products. The faster, the better, the more, the better. And so here we have, it says don't stop at 12. Don't stop at 3, build that to 12 as soon as possible. And so this isn't your name list. This is just a tracker. And in the first week or 2, you want to be able to fill in your new distributor to be able to fill in their first new customers and distributors in their business. But what is the first step? You sign up a new distributor, you congratulate them, you're welcome to the team. You set the business launch meeting. You set their business launch meeting. Now that can be set if you're with them at the meeting and they sign the application form, they pay the money, fantastic, they got the kit, you set that meeting right there. Okay, over the next 4 days to maximum week, when can we set aside an hour to 2 hours to do an effective business launch meeting? If they sign up online, make sure you pick up the phone and you make this phone call as soon as possible and get this meeting locked in. Yes, you can do this meeting virtually if you don't live next to each other, but I want to make a recommendation. Get into their home, sit around their kitchen table, sit around their dining room table, sit around with their partner or their spouse in this meeting. Get into their home wherever possible and make it a physical meeting. It will make the world of difference. So set a date and time for the meeting. Number 2, set their expectations. Okay, set the expectations as to what they can expect. And I use this method because I love the way Eric Worre says it. He says, okay, let me set your expectations before we get started. If you're going to succeed in this business, it's going to be you who creates that success, not me. If you fail in this business, if you fail in this business, it's going to be you who creates that failure, not me. You are the difference between success and failure. I'm here to guide you every step of the way, but I can't do it for you, but I'll guide you and I'll work with you to ensure you succeed in your near-life business. Okay, so you set the expectations. And I just believe doing that upfront is so important, because the third thing you're going to do on this call is you're going to set them pre-business launch homework. Okay, pre-business launch homework. I've just put a little note here. Here are important things your distributor can do in their own time, freeing up your time to get to work on the skills and activities that will build their business and achieve their goals. There are a number of things in this book that are critically important, but you could run through them at the Getting Started meeting, and these things could take you an hour, hour and a half. And you never actually, and I think this is a mistake a lot of people sometimes make, is they spend their whole business launch talking about the technology, their websites, and they never get to the actual where the rubber hits the road and the business is going to be built. So what is their pre-launch homework? What is their pre-launch homework? The first thing is on page 3, understanding our values. And we're not going to use this as a training to explain our values, but it's important that your new distributor understands that we're not playing for the short term. We're playing for long term, a legacy business. We've been around for 64 years. We're going to be around for another 64, another 100 years. And we have a set of values that guide us. values that guide our scientific advisory board, values that guide our executives, our employees, values that guide our distributors. If they're going to be a part of the team, it's important that they understand these values. And these values are great because it really just gives people the sense of integrity that, the company that they've joined. Page 5, why Neolife, why now? And I encourage you to read this page after this call tonight. I got so excited. And basically all this page is doing, it's just reconfirming your new distributor's decision to join Neolife, reconfirming that they are with the right company, they are in the right place, they are building their business at the right time. There's just so many positive things about their decision. Number 6, important first steps. Get them to complete these details. Things like the upline name and contact details of the leaders, so that they have these on hand. If they ever have any questions or they want to set the next meeting or concerns, they can immediately go upline and get their questions answered. Remember, a new distributor, the first point of call isn't the company. The first point of call is the upline, because the upline can, has the more specific answers direct, for their distributor. So it's important that a new distributor understands who they need to be in contact with. Second point, register for convention, okay, or Impact Summit, as we now call it. Registrations will be open very, very soon. And a distributor, when they join, they are excited. Now is a good time to say, okay, if you're committed to building a business, let's commit you to convention, because over 80% of all of our Emerald directors attended convention. Isn't that a good stat? And then the third aspect is they can take time to fill in their information, their back office login details. If they don't understand what these are or where to find them in this process, they can contact their sponsor, they can contact you, they can contact the company if necessary. Fill out their referral website details. And so these are things that you don't need to be training them. They can play around and they can learn they can figure out this information, and it is available to them. Page number 7, spend time explore. Brandon?
Yes, I think what you've just mentioned is very, very important. But there's just one thing that I want to add here. Every new person, when they join the business, their enthusiasm, their excitement is very high. And we need to make sure that we keep it that level, high as it is. And it must never come down, because you don't want them to be negative at any point. So all of these activities that Drew has just shared, as you do them or as they do them, participate in events and so forth, that keeps them excited and engaged in the business. That's just what I wanted to say.
Absolutely. Doing these activities, not you doing for them doing it for themselves, just gives them a good sense of what they've joined and the power of this Neolife business. The digital tools, they could spend themselves an hour or 2 hours just looking through the Neolife back office app, understanding the Team Neolife app. When they activate the Team Neolife app, there's a training video, which I think is 30 minutes, that will teach them how to use this app. That isn't stuff for the getting started or the business launch meeting. This is stuff that they must be doing in their own time. It gives them pointers to get maximum value from your back office. Take these action steps now. And it tells them exactly what they can do to get to know their technology that's available to them. On page 8 of the homework, this is where it starts to get fun. They can start with their why. Work through, this is a work page. They start, I'll read it to you. Why do you want to succeed in Neolife? People will ask you why. Why Neolife? Some will try and challenge your decision, usually because they don't understand it. If they don't have the mindset of an entrepreneur, they may never completely understand. And that's perfectly okay, as long as you know your why. If you have a strong enough reason, anything is possible. And we all know that we will experience some disappointments in this business. There will be some tough times. There'll be more good times, but sometimes there are some difficult times. What are the things that get us through these difficult times? Our why, the reason why we are building this business. And so this is just a great page where they get to start to craft their why and to understand why they said yes, to cut through the excitement a little bit and to understand the deeper reasons that are going to anchor them in this business. and not only anchor them in the business, but take them out of their comfort zone to do the uncomfortable things that will build their business. And to get to the core of what motivates you, rate your level of desire for the following from 1 to 10. And this is, are they building because they want to have a positive impact on people's lives? Do they want to get paid what they're worth? Do they want to work according to their own schedule? Do they want to be recognized and rewarded for their contributions and success? Do they want to have economic freedom? Do they want to get out of debt? And these are all the hot buttons that they will get to explore. And some of these points will actually dig out new hot buttons in your distributor. Page 9, complete your goals, and your sponsor will help you set your rank goal based on your income. So this is, again, a more practical target setting session that they can work on. Write down a reasonable goal. Income is important because it is a direct reflection of the number of people you're helping through your near life business. Write down your monthly income goal and your income target for the next 12 months. And so get them to, they can actually, before you meet, this is their homework, they give you a monthly figure and a yearly figure, which is reasonable. They give you a big, hairy, audacious, exciting goal figure every month that they'd like to earn, every year that they'd like to earn. Okay, and then you get to, in the getting started meeting, you get to attach value to the money and say, okay, well, you said that you wanted to earn that much money per month. What will you do with that money? Is it going to be for kids' education? Is it going to be to pay off debt? Is it going to be to travel? Is it to buy a new car? Make sure that you understand why they're putting those figures down. So that is what you do. And then what they do in the homework. And then they can't set their rank advancement. Okay, they can't set their rank advancement. That is something that's going to happen in the actual getting started meeting, which we'll get into now. Brandon, anything you want to add there?
No, I think everything is clear there. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so now they've done their homework, and they will spend a good few hours doing this homework. And you might want to just drop them a message, from setting the homework to the business, your actual meeting. You might just want to connect with them and say, hey, which page have you completed? How are you doing? Have you set your goals? Just make sure that you're holding them accountable to this. And that it's not a case that you get to the meeting and they go, oh, I didn't do my homework. Make sure they get the homework done before the meeting actually even starts. Okay, somebody's asking for the recording. Judy, load shedding, absolutely. We'll provide the recording. So the business launch, what do? We sit down with them in their home around the table with their spouse. We briefly go through the homework, ensuring that they've understood and have a good that they have a good understanding, and we handle any questions that they might have. Okay, do it briefly. This isn't going to take up the whole business launch time. Second point, discuss and reconfirm their why and get them excited about their goals. Okay, go through the goal page and get them to talk about the why. Ask them probing questions. Go deeper. Get them really understanding and getting excited about their why. Third point, discuss their monthly income targets and how that money would impact their lives. Okay. And the fourth point is to discuss what their rank advancement goal needs to be to achieve the income. Okay. So if they set an income target, we need to be able to say, okay, well, if you want to achieve that, you need to get to that rank level, because our different pin levels or rank levels, as we now call them, are the measurements of where your success in the business. And so this is a great step for you to start highlighting the importance of that director step. Okay, because you can start talking 1 Ruby, 2 Ruby, it doesn't mean that much. But what you can say to them is you can cut through the confusion and say to them, okay, John, you want to earn X amount of money because you want to educate your kids, you want to set up yourself for a comfortable retirement. That is fantastic. You need to step up onto our world team and eventually our president's team. But here's your first rank goal. You need to become a director, because when you become a director, you start maximizing your first area of income, which is your sales volume bonus. Not only that, you will unlock the very next area of income, which is your leadership development bonus. You don't need to know all about that income level now, but all you need to know is director is your first big step that you've got to take. There are other steps beforehand, which I'll teach you how to do, but I want you to get your mind to director. And so that is where the conversation starts. And so immediately you've expanded the vision, and you might set a time frame and say, we're going to take this director step within the next 6 months. Write it down. Write down the director step. And if you are a team that likes to use the fast track, this is a door for you to say, okay, this is how the fast track to director program works. Let's run through it, because you'll break your little goals down. And so in the first month of your business, your goal is to take your manager step. Right. Okay, so you're going to take your manager step in your first month. This is what we're going to do to take that step. Can you see how this is all stacking up? And then, so you just set those targets. And then in the rest of the business launch meeting, you will be talking about the skills and activity that will help them take their manager step, that will help them take the senior manager step, that will help them take their director step in the next 6 months. I hope this is all making sense. We're just trying to line up what they've got to do with their goals and their targets that they've communicated to you. Brandon?
Yeah, and what I just want to add is this: it is important for the upline to create an environment that is conducive for growth, and for the new person to be able to sponsor opportunity meetings, experience meetings, demonstrations, coffee shop meetings, all of this. It doesn't help that you talk about it, but you do not create an environment where they can do all of these things, and also where they can learn the skills, and where they can see you do. Where you support them with the sponsoring, you talk about taking your next step. They need to learn all of these things, and you need to have regular meetings, which is your cycle meetings, so that this will also add on as part of their growth.
Fantastic. And that we're going to take a deep dive into that exact topic in week 2. Great point. So you set their targets, you set their expectations on what the rank they've got to achieve. Now we go into the practical activity side of things. And this is very simple. We talk about it all the time, the 3 daily success habits. And in the business launch, you spend a couple of minutes getting your distributor understanding that these are the habits that will build their business. And obviously every one of these habits is a training session on its own, but there are 3 things that anybody can do, but these are the 3 things that will take them from a new distributor to director and beyond over the next 6 months. And the pro tip: are you competent in all the fundamental skills necessary to grow a successful near life business? If not, use some of this personal development time to get there. Okay, so get them to understand that these are skills that they'll develop along the way. And the first skill we talk about is skill number 1, which is to use the product. And we don't need to spend hours going through the product range and everything that we have. People will learn on the job. They will learn as they go of the products. But what we do want to do is we want to get their product usage up to speed in this business launch meeting. Okay, because that's the number 1 habit, is to use the products. In order to be an example of the power of superior quality nutrition, you need to be consistent about using the products every day. Science suggests that we should think of supplements like we do food. Eating once a week isn't enough. Do it every day and you'll feel better, look better, and live better. The same with our nutrition. And so the most effective way we can help our new distributors get onto the products is we can say, okay, let's set your health goals. And they might say, okay, well, I'm carrying a little bit too much weight. So weight loss is one of those goals. They might say, well, you know what, if I'm going to build this business over and above my current job, I need to have more energy. Okay, that's one of the goals, more energy. You can bring the conversation into their home. You have a goal to improve your health. So let's help you get the toxins out of your home. So get them to set some goals that they have. Okay, immediate goals. And then you're going to set up and help them determine a daily product usage that will help them get to those goals. Want more energy? Train in. Hey, Pro Vitality, if that's their product, you know the market. You're in their home, remember, wherever possible. And you can say, okay, well, I brought some samples with me. Can I clean that mark off your carpet and show you Super 10? Because you're using, I can see you're using that product, that product, that product. It can all be replaced by Super 10. You can use this daily in your home, washing powder. And so don't spend a lot of time here, but just get them to define their health goals and the environmental goals, and then give them a simple product usage that they can implement immediately. And maybe they just started with the training kit or the Pro Vitality kit. And so you can actually help them place their first order right there and there to add the weight management program or the shake to that to help them achieve their goals. Okay, so get them using product as soon as possible.
Yes, just to add on this, and I think this is when you were talking about the Super 10, sometimes it's not just about using the products, it's also about the saving money. Because now if you have access to these products, you buy directly, but also, you know, it can give you an opportunity now to use other monies to buy other things. And especially when you're using your LDC, your Super 10 in your home, you save a lot of money. And if there's a possibility where you can do a little demonstration when you are doing a business launch, do that little demonstration of what the LDC, just one product, show them how powerful our cleaning products are. Because when they see it, that is when they're going to say, let me try that as well. And how can I get hold of this product as well?
Correct. And just a little landmine to look out for at this point in the meeting. We get excited about a product. I know we do. Yes. And it happens to me, and I have to rein myself in. But if we're talking to somebody here who has joined because they want to make money, they've set their income goals, it's important that we don't consume this entire meeting talking about product, that we contain it, we set the goals, we get them onto the product in a contained area of time, and so we can move on to the business building activities. So the second daily success habit, which we're not going to get into, is going to be sharing their product and opportunity. And so it's very important that we start helping from the very beginning, the business launch meeting. We start helping our distributors craft and prepare their product and their business story. Okay, and so this is where we can just run them through it. And this is the very next page. As you use Neolife products, you'll develop a personal story of how they've impacted your health and your life. As you grow your business, you'll also develop a business story. These are both powerful tools to use when sharing Neolife. And I just want to reiterate that point. We are seeing this more and more. Stories are playing a bigger and bigger role in today's world in the way we share our product and our opportunity. Stories are opening doors. Stories are getting people signed up. Stories are getting people to meetings. Stories are great for follow-up tools. So stories are very, very important. And so to equip your distributor to be able to share their product and their opportunity, let's get their story straight out the gate. Now, a distributor doesn't need to have a product story, a positive product story yet, or positive financial story to have a story. Okay, what do I mean by that? The story is made up of three things. Number one, your struggle. So let's start with health. I used to struggle with fatigue. Okay, I used to struggle with fatigue. Number two, your solution. And I'm actually super excited now because I came across a product called TreeNN, and I've studied a little bit. I've started taking it for the last week, and I've really started to feel a difference. I'm getting home from work. I'm not taking a nap anymore. That's how I feel. So that's three things: your struggle, your solution, and your excitement. What's happened? The financial story. They don't have to have made money to have a financial story. I've struggled with I've struggled to get out of debt for the last 5 years. And I'm super excited because I've been introduced to the Neolife community. And I'm just getting started, but I'm building my team. And in the next 12 months, I'm going to be debt free. Preach it. Tell them what's going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, tell them what's going to happen. I've struggled with weight my whole life, and I'm so excited because I've just been introduced to this new Neolife shake, that manages my blood sugar levels. And I know I can feel I'm burning fat for energy, and I'm going to be at my goal weight target within the next 3 to 4 months. And I'm so excited about that because it's going to be just in time for summer. So get them to start crafting their story and get creative, work through this with them. And so they have a product story and a business story, and that is going to help them with the second part of this getting started meeting. So week 2, okay, so that's all we're covering in week 1. But week 2, I just want to tee it up and what we're going to talk about. Week 2, we're going to deep dive into the daily success habits and what it takes for somebody to effectively be able to share the product and share the opportunity. And we know that for people building a business, we say teamwork makes the dream work, right? If you want to succeed in Near Life, you've got to build a team of capable people. Sure, they might not start off as highly capable, but they're going to become very capable. Not a team of people that you have to drag along with you. And we want you and we want our new distributors to understand that we are looking to build a team of capable people. So the first thing we're going to do is, well, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to start getting our new distributor to start building a name list or a hot list. But we want to get their mind right. What kind of people are they looking for? And so sharing is part of our human nature. When we find a great restaurant or book or movie, we tell people, how great would it be if we got compensated for it? That's exactly what happens when you share Near Life and people buy from your site or your business. On the next few pages, you'll learn how to share with both your warm market, people you know, and your cold market, people you meet along the way. But we want to be finding A players. Not everyone's going to be an A player, but you need to have A players on your team. We look at all of our president's team members. They are on the president's team because they have A players in their team. And it's helpful to identify the attributes you're looking for in a teammate. So when you encounter them, sharing is a no-brainer. And traits of an A player, you want them on your team. They're of high character. Who do you know who's of high character? Write down their name. They have strong work ethic. Okay, maybe somebody who is currently working lots of hours or multiple jobs. You're looking for people who are not afraid of hard work. They are teachable, willing to learn new things, to make mistakes, get out of the comfort zone, willing to follow a proven system. They have a positive attitude. They are financially motivated. They have a strong reason as to why they want to earn an extra income. They have a heart to help people. Who do you know that enjoys talking and working with people? They are determined. They have a no-quit attitude. They won't give up at the first sign of challenge. They enjoy working with people and building relationships. Okay, those are the people that we're looking for in our business. And then we're going to leave you this week with a little hot list homework challenge. As Brandon said in the beginning of this call, this is for your new distributors. But if you're feeling stuck in your business, or if you're feeling your business isn't growing as fast as it should be or could be, I want you to use this book on yourself first and foremost. And so let's all of us as a challenge, let's create our hot list this week. Start by creating a hot list of people you know who might be interested in the Near Life products or business opportunity. You can do this on your Team Near Life app. You can start creating a hot list on your app, or you can go old school. And I love this way. You can just write your list. Keep it on your notes on your phone, a list, or you have a hard copy of it in a book, but write your names down, because that is a key thing you'll be doing with your distributors. Next week, we'll be coming into this meeting with 10 names, minimum 10 hot names on our list. And then we're going to talk through what we'll do with them in the second part of this getting started or business launch meeting. So guys, that's 45 minutes. I hope that was of value to you. We'll get this recording out to you. Mike van Deventer is making a comment here. He's got a suggestion that business launch can be done in 2 sessions. Absolutely. The key is you've got to get it done. I don't think an hour is enough for business launch. So you're either going to have a 2-hour session with them, or do it in two sections. The first section that we've done, and then you can follow through with the second section. Absolutely, Mike. Great suggestion. Yeah. And once again, this is just a scaffolding. I really encourage you to get to understand and know this book. And when you understand it, and not only understand it, when you are personally doing it yourself, there'll be nobody better to launch a new distributor than you with these tools.